Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is February 4th? 5th. 5th. Holy shit, time flies. We got 5.5 weeks out to our next upcoming event, March 15th at the heart of San Francisco, Keys Art Pavilion. Now, right next to me, we have Bryan Perez.
Enrique Perez.
Now, Bryan, let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Where were you born and raised?
Well, first and foremost, good morning, Zhong. Thank you for having me.
Oh, good morning.
He needs no introduction. Y'all know who he is, you know.
Yeah.
Bryan Enrique Perez. Nice to meet y'all. For me, I was born and raised here in San Jose. Not here all the time. I was in Ohio for a while, so lived in the snow, trained out in the snow. Very different weather.
Ohio.
Yeah. There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. It was just work and train, go home. That was it. Moved to Mexico for quite a little bit of time, just to be around some family and get away from the mayhem here. Same thing over there. Train, eat, rest, right? And then moved back. Once I found myself ready, moved back, and I can honestly say I'm a Bay Area native. I feel that in my heart more than anything. And grew up on the west side, San Jose, and I love just walking around the entire city. I work all over the entire Bay, north, south, east, west, you name it, every city I've been to.
What do you do for work?
So I work for a roofing company, Journey Builders. I focus on the quality assurance aspect of it. So, I make sure if things go right, if they don't go right, why they didn't go right, what happened, anything in terms of quality as to that pertains to the job. Why are people upset? Why are cities upset? Inspectors, are the workers okay? Anything in that sense. And
is that what got you? What got you moved to Mexico?
There was a lot of mayhem in my life at that time, right? I wasn't.
Are you Mexican?
I'm Mexican, yeah. Well, Mexican,
shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Mi familia de Guanajuato, tengo sangre chichimeca, so it's a tribe rooted in astrology, construction, and war. So I hold a lot of pride for my bloodline, right, and my family. I think it's very important that we remember where we come from. Our ancestors, parents, their stories, because that really helps to strengthen and create a sense of pride and honor in the way that we walk around and move about life. The reason I went to Mexico again is just too much mayhem in my life. Here, I wasn't able to manage myself properly, and my father, right, he doesn't live with me. He didn't live with me for a very long time, but he gave me a call, suggested, I think you need to be with family. Go with family, find yourself, take some time to yourself, which is what I did. Went, moved there, it's a beautiful thing. Family is a beautiful thing, especially when you're far from them all the time. And that's when but I kept training. I could never stop training. And at any point in my life, once I started training, I couldn't stop. That was it.
Now, when you start training martial art in a very young age, right, I'm assuming?
Well, I started martial arts at the age of 13.
13?
Yeah.
And what's your fundamental style of martial art that you got into?
The fundamental style was it's called Panjo. It's kickboxing essentially. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kickboxing essentially.
Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Now, looks like your upcoming fight, you're gonna make your MMA debut. What makes you trigger you want to make an MMA debut?
Oh, well, I've been training for a while now. I was on and off for a bit, and this time it's like I'm at an age where I have to do it. I have to keep going. There's this burning desire in me that I have to be able to that I have to fulfill, right? And also there was a comment too that one of my boys made, and he just said, "Hey man, do you think you could fight by this date?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do that, right?" Little did I know I was gonna take that to heart. It was like a joking comment, just like, "Hey, you should." I'm like, I can do this, no. But so I took that to heart, started training, and that date came up. Coach decided I wasn't ready, but they said, keep going. And I kept going, and unbeknownst to me, I had no idea what was gonna unravel. Mm-hmm. And now I'm here, and now I'm like, okay, I'm here. I need to freaking keep going. It's a different. All the reasons of why I initially started training, they resurfaced, and I did not realize. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Right. I began training when I was a child. When I was in high school, I just wanted to stop being bullied. I figured if I could be strong, no one would make fun of me. It didn't work. If I could be fast.
Any interesting story when you were in school, like people trying to pick on you or something?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. So I was well known, but I was still getting picked on, right? Picked on, bullied, in football locker rooms.
Shit, like in movies, man. Football
Yeah.
locker rooms.
You know, it was people that I thought were my friends. The next thing you know, I'm finding group chats of photos of me, of me,
shit.
yeah, posing, and me, you know, thinking like I look good in the gym, and pictures of me, people making fun of it, and I thought that's when it clicked in my head. You know what? No matter what I do, people are always gonna talk shit. People are gonna talk smack. So at that point, I said, you know what? I'm no longer gonna do this for anybody else. I'm not gonna do this so people can stop bullying me. I'm gonna do this for me. I'm gonna keep going, train hard, and go. I'm gonna find out what's the best that I can be in every avenue of life. And what that evolved to was creating a chain of positive reinforcement that ultimately I hope that everybody can benefit from. So I want anybody to be able to see what I do, right? Or what anybody else does, mainly what I do, right? And think, if they can do that, I can do that as well, right? Take something positive from it.
That's pretty awesome, you
Yeah.
know. Inspiring story, you know, shit, and I didn't know there was some shit like actually happened like this, and it actually exists. You know? It was like crazy,
Yeah.
man. Now, let's talk a little bit about your upcoming fight. You're fighting a guy that has one amateur fight already, very young gun, only 20 or 21 years old, something like that.
21, yeah.
21, something like that. And I believe he's also Mexican as well.
Yeah, so
He don't speak much of English, but he is he is really real Mexican, you know.
No.
So now it's gonna be both you guys from the same as native as Mexico, and what's your thought on him?
Oh, well, I don't know much about Carlos, but just the fact knowing that it's Mexican and in simple terms, he's a dog. You know, he's a dog. Just knowing that it's someone that has similar roots to me and someone that, you know, is here busting their ass off, working and trying to make something of themselves, like that gets me excited. It gives me a sense of pride too for my people, but ultimately it's like, damn, I know this guy's training hard. I know he's doing what he can to get ahead. I know he's got a chip on his shoulder as well, to really make something of himself. And I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting. It makes like my blood boil. Like, damn, like, oh crap, like there's a lot of similarities, and I gotta meet him where he's at, so he can meet me where I'm at, and we just gotta go all out. There's really nothing more that I can say about him other than you know, Carlos, you know, entrena bien, aprende bien, come bien, descansa bien, para que le demos a todo. And honestly, that's really, you know, train hard, eat well, you know, sleep well, learn well, so we can give it our all.
Now, when I'm watching his last fight was very short. It's only lasts like 15, 20 seconds, something like that. He literally comes out and, you know, gun blaze, and it's just like meet in the center of the cage. It's like exchange 1 or 2 punches, and he dropped the dude. His fight was over. So like, I actually didn't even get to see the fight until after the replay, you know, later on when it comes up to the YouTube channel. So when you watch his fight, you can't really see a whole lot. All I can see is more like a striker, a stand-up guy. How do you prepare for him?
How do I prepare? Well, first I want to say I beg to differ on that. You can't really see a lot. I think you can see plenty by just watching the short couple seconds of the clip. You can see, you can truly see the fire in somebody, and you can see a bit of where they're coming from in the way that they start off a match. So that was great to see. That was incredible to see and to witness. The way that I'm preparing is doing the same thing that I do every day: waking up, training hard in the morning, doing what I got to do throughout the day, going back, training harder in the evening, and really just putting myself in a mindset and a state of mind of war, right? Putting myself in a state of mind that nothing else matters except for this punch that I'm throwing right now in training, and then this next punch and this next punch, because if you have to give 100% of everything that you do and every single thing that you do, you will never get an opportunity ever again to throw that punch again, to do that takedown again, to face off against that opponent. So the way that I'm approaching this and getting ready, once again, is putting 100% into each and every single aspect of my training.
Do you think this fight is more like a stand-up battle?
I think it'll be more of a stand-up battle. Actually, no, I want to say 50-50. 50-50. If he's that comfortable standing up, I know he's got some ground game too as well. He had no problem diving in straight into his opponent, so that tells me that it could go both ways.
Now, do you have any like a wrestling backgrounds, jiu-jitsu backgrounds and all that too?
So I very minor jiu-jitsu, wrestling background. Yeah, I actually Wrestling backgrounds. Yeah, I actually. Long story short, didn't graduate high school on time. I was given an opportunity to graduate on time, but it meant I had to stop wrestling. And I said, screw that. I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm giving up wrestling. And I actually, I purposefully failed high school, did not graduate, so that I could continue finishing my high school wrestling career.
How many years have you wrestled in high school?
In high school, I wrestled 2 years. My last 2 years of high school. Actually, 3 years, sorry. Yeah, began my second year, but wrestled the last 2 years. There we go.
And you have a large family in the Bay Area?
No, not a large family at all whatsoever. No, they're very small. Yeah, just mother, siblings, but I don't live with them. You know, my uncle, but he has his family, so I don't see him. And I have a lot of people that I know, but for most of my family's in Mexico, and my father's on the other side of the country. And family is huge for me, but I've learned that you have to also create your own community too.
Very important.
And very important. You know.
Now, if people want to get a hold of you to come buy a ticket, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
The best way I would say is Instagram. Instagram would be the best way. It's where I respond the fastest to people. Right, send me my DMs are open for everybody, so anybody can send a message. I'll respond to you guys when I have time.
And what's your IG username?
It's IM, the letter I, letter M, right? Dot Bryxon, BRYXN. Bryan was taken. Bryson. Yeah, here I'll show it to them. Yeah, the Bryan was taken. Right, the guy was more than willing to give me the ad.
I am Bryan.
Yeah, but then he actually, the guy I am Bryan. He just stopped being active. A little 18-year-old kid just stopped being active on
He just give you the name.
No, he went inactive a few days after that, and Instagram just wasn't of any help, and that was it. No.
Oh.
It is what it is, but here it is, guys. I am Bryxon. There you go. That's me. So if you guys have any questions regarding tickets, right? That's where you guys can get a hold of me, and I'll be more than happy.
Now, on this upcoming battle, on this upcoming debut, any special loved one training partners and coaches and supporters that you want to shout out to?
Oh yeah. So first, I want to shout out my coaches that have really been also like mentors, right? And it's not just with a coach and student aspect, or also as a man-to-man aspect, a brother-to-brother aspect, right? So my coach Dave, right? Coach Heat. Right, my brother Joe, a couple of my partners at the gym as well, and my mother Martha, my father Enrique, right, we're all Enriquez, and most importantly my girlfriend Emily. Right, my girlfriend Emily has been a huge supporter, even though she doesn't know how to quite maneuver through this stage. We're both learning, and she's truly helping me stay on track and getting things done.
That's pretty awesome. Now, what do you see yourself in this MMA? Fighting, like, do you want to make a career out of this, or this is just one of those bucket lists that you want to touch it up?
I want to make a career out of this. I want to make a career out of this, right? Ultimately, I want to make a career. I want to make something out of myself for this. That's the whole point of this, right? And the side goal of this is ultimately, I also want, again, anybody to be able to see me and think, if that guy can do that, if he can stand up, train every day, if he can walk out in front of those people, if he can step in front of the camera and do whatever he has to do, I can do that too.
Now, have you ever been to our event before?
I have been to your event, Zhong. I have.
Nice.
A couple of them, yeah. And they're great. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you guys are in the city, even if you're not in the city, it is worth the freaking drive. This man created something badass over the years. It's grown. You guys gotta come by, sit down. Even if you don't know any of the fighters, it does not matter. Show up, you will have a great time. He has food, he has a great spectacle going on, he has action. You gotta give it to the guy. He created
beer, alcohol, food, everything's right there.
Yeah.
Just come enjoy and have a good time. And this event is gonna be over 20 plus fights. Yeah. So get a ticket and then come support the local fighters, support local events, and it's gonna be having a good night, have a good blast night on March 15th. Now if your opponent Carlos watches this interview, what do you have to say to Carlos? I know he doesn't speak English, so you can even talk to him in Spanish.
Oh yeah. Well, it's really what I said earlier. Carlos, lo que yo quiero decir a ti es come bien, entrena bien, descansa bien, aprende bien, para que le podamos dar a todo el 15 de marzo, y ya, you know, that's all.
How do you think this fight's gonna play out? You think the fight's gonna go to distance? You think the fight's gonna end in first, second, third round?
I think it's gonna go the distance. I think it's really gonna bring out the brawlers in both of us, and I think it's gonna be a great thing to witness.
That's pretty awesome. Now, look like it's gonna have fireworks March 15, and two Mexicans is gonna go at it, and you know they have some Mexican bloods. They don't quit, and they always bring fireworks, and it's gonna be a really exciting fight. I'm excited to watch Bryan fight, and never see you fight before. I don't know what to expect, and I can't wait under those lights, under the crowds. It's gonna be an exciting night, you know. So great. Now, any special supporters, your families that you wanna say it to a last word to all your families and families?
Yeah, to all my families and friends and supporters out there, I want
Get
to
a
say
ticket from you.
Get a ticket from me. First and foremost, right? So you guys can come out, support the fight. Right, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting the event, so Zhong can continue putting these fights out for everyone else to enjoy. Something that brings the community together from all over the Bay. All right, and but back to the family, friends, supporters, and every single one of you guys. I love you guys. Community is such an important thing. You guys help me have a stronger sense of pride and honor in the way that I walk around. And you know, a lot of this could not be possible without you guys, right? And you guys give me love, give me courage, give me strength, give me pride and honor, give me the energy to be able to stand up and continue moving forward each and every single day. And I love all of you.
Now, on this upcoming battle, it's 155-pound weight class, lightweight. What do you walk around weight right now?
It really varies, right? Right now, as of right now, 165, 168.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big of a cut.
No, yeah.
No.
Every now and then it'll be, sometimes I'll go like 175, 180, but that's usually gone within a week. It's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you can fluctuate that much, huh?
Yeah. Well, I used to, in the side story, I used to bodybuild, so I know my body work very well, so I know how fast I can cut, what I need to do to cut, and whatnot.
Now, in the future, in the perfect world, after you got a few more Emmys and decide to turn pro, it's the 155 is the weight class you want to stay in that?
No.
It's, you want to go down more?
I will go down more. I'll fight, you know, I'll go up if I have to. It is what it is, right? I'm not too, I've done it before. I've jumped up 3 weight classes. I have no problem doing that. But ideally, like you said, perfect world, I'd go down to 145.
145 is where you're comfortable, what you want to stay in that.
No.
Now, anybody in the Bay Area, I know you have a fight lined up with Carlos. Anybody in the Bay Area that is a 145, 55, anybody that catch your attention that you think about possibly fighting them in the future? Any fighter?
Zhong, I'm gonna be honest. There are, but I do not remember their names. So I feel terrible about that because I have the exact image of them. But I'll fight anybody. I'll fight anybody. I'll be there. Like, I just want to show up and get it done and just keep going and keep going and keep going, right? And at the end of the day, non-stop. I want to get to who the people I have an image of in my head and just keep going from there. Because I know they're stepping in and just doing what they need to do. So that means I need to do the exact same thing instead of at 100% at 110%.
That's pretty awesome. Now, who is your favorite UFC fighter?
Oh man, there's a couple. Not gonna lie, right? There's a couple, right? Islam is great. You know, McGregor when he wasn't being a knucklehead, right? Perupia, I think he's like kind of like McGregor, right? Like he also stopped going to high school so he could keep training. So
Conor McGregor.
Awesome. Is that the Ilya?
Oh, Ilya. Okay, Ilya is the 45, the Spanish guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's an upcoming superstar.
Yeah. He's
been calling out Islam wants to get the double champ. You know, that's gonna be interesting. You know, what you think if that fight actually happened? Who do you go for?
Oh, I'd go for him. It's hard. Oh man, it's hard because you know I like these fighters, right? I like them for such different reasons, and they're not. The reasons don't mix, right? The reasons don't mix. But
his boxing is so crispy.
Yeah, and Yeah, but I'd be lying if I said I want Ilya to win. You know, I know so much of Islam. I like seeing his fights and everything. You know, I just kind of want to see this guy come in.
If
like,
anybody have a chance to win against Islam, I think he is the one. I think he is the one. His boxing so crispy, his wrestling's on point, and his ground game is underrated. So it's hard to say like. Yeah, actually, been watching like Islam's last fight. You know, McConnell actually dropped him and clipped him pretty good. So if anything have a hold on him, it's gonna be striking. So you know, Ilya got some amazing hands, and that might be a good matchup. But that's the fight I think everybody, all the fight fans out there wants to see. You know, so now. For more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is going to be over 20 plus fights. Also, if you cannot make it to the event, making sure you guys order your live stream pay-per-view nationwide. Yes, from DragonHouseMMA.com, and then hope your family in Mexico they can even watch the fight. Just order your live stream pay-per-view from DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give me some love and support, and follow me on Instagram, Dragon_House_MMA. So upcoming event, we have in-house grappling championship, no-gi submission grappling. Making sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Here we go, March 15th. It's gonna be a stack card. Don't miss it out. And any last word you want to say before we calling out?
Last thing that I want to say is, everyone out there, right? Whatever you're doing, give it your 100%, no matter what it is. You will never get that opportunity again to do what it is that you're doing, right? You're in the gym, you hit one rep, you're never gonna get that one rep back. So you might as well do it 100%, right?
That's pretty awesome.
Apply that to everything in your life. Go.
Here we go. I'm Zhong signing out. We'll see you guys March 15th. Peace.